Moving on now to sound news. The National Film and Sound Archive is Australia's audiovisual archive, responsible for developing, preserving, maintaining, promoting, and providing access to a national collection of sound, radio, video games, new media, related documents and artifacts, film, and television. Obviously, we did have to remove Hey Dad from the archive for reasons that would get a fun little video like this demonetized if we had to get into them. And we had to remove all of Chris Lilly's shows because, well, they were just fucking shit, weren't they? New images and footage are added by a panel of industry and film and sound archive experts who vote on public nominations of recordings more than 10 years old. The latest vote saw the iconic news report turned meme Succulent Chinese Meal added to the Sounds of Australia list, alongside other classic audio such as Joe Dolce's Shut Up Your Face, Marsha Hines' You, and the sounds of the pedestrian crossing button signal. The archive is a capsule collection of sound recordings with cultural, historical, and aesthetic significance and relevance which inform or reflect life in Australia. Important sounds like the Aeroplane Jelly song, the Louis the Fly song, Russell Crowe on Acropolis Now, and that vomiting scene from the spaghetti eating competition in Round the Twist, not to mention important objects like this! Beautiful Reckless Cali cup. Peak Australiana at its finest. However, there are some lost and rare broadcasts that the archives are still searching for, like recordings of Dame Nellie Melba's 1931 funeral procession, early demo recordings from artists like Slim Dusty, obscure folk music like this one from Ballarat local Frank Callahan. Let's just have a listen.
B-A-L-L-A-R-A-T.
Ah, isn't that nice? That's a song about a small country town that isn't I've Been Everywhere Man. That is peak small country town music. You don't see that kind of thing outside of the town that the song is about. And I bet that good time family ballad isn't even in the archive. They're also looking for ephemeral or natural sounds, like unrecorded sounds of unique natural landscapes, much like the sound of an indigenous site being demolished by a mining company and then that being swept under a bureaucratic rug. Extinct wildlife like the Tasmanian tiger, or the sound of the functioning and well-supported working class. Uncatalogued personal content, personal VHS, cassette, or film reels. So this one's a fun one. Do you have embarrassing footage of a family member or someone that you hate that you want to preserve forever? You can send it to the archive and it will be preserved for all time. What a beautiful way to spend the day. Now, I had a little squiz at, a little look-see, a gander at the website of theirs. This so-called Archive of Australian Achievement. This documentation of digger daring do. This organisation of ochre output. And look, maybe it was me. Maybe I just fucked up this search, but I'm going to tell you, I couldn't find the iconic Stephen Bradbury win. And there isn't a more Australian movement than a white man stumbling into victory despite doing nothing to secure that position. This win is the very epitome of the lucky country mentality. How is this not in the archive? I was ready to be outraged that the archive had the 50th anniversary of Hey Hey It's Saturday. The one with the blackface. But that doesn't seem to be in there either, which is, I will say, a pleasant surprise. We aren't normally as good at not publicly displaying our shame like this. It's confusing and frankly makes me a little bit angry. Turns out I don't like it when I'm pipped to the progressive post like this. But this is still a good thing, assuming that I haven't fucked it up and that it is actually in there. Among the greatest achievements of Australians, there are other missing moments that I couldn't find. No Marty the Monster versus Rex the Kangaroo. No footage of John from Play School flipping the bird. What sort of larrikin-less hellscape is this? On the plus side, Corey Worthington also wasn't in there, so swings and roundabouts, I guess.